Let's start with Palo Alto. It's up 50% in the past year. Of course, it had that big drop on earnings a quarter ago. It's on pace, though, for its fifth straight up week after they recovered those losses from that February billings decline. You like the stock here? What would you do with it?
I do. I want to be a buyer here, but you're absolutely right, Kelly. We have seen back-to-back tough earnings call, down 30% on the previous earnings report and down 10% this week. It's clawing back up about 3% today. But I think when you think about the transition and the reasoning why they've seen the stock price move lower, it's because of the platformization. I know that's not a word, but the platformization, what they're trying to do is get longer-term customers. And those bundled customers, there's only about 900 of them now. Their goal is to have 2,500. So that business longer-term is going to help them. They are the biggest cybersecurity company out there. They're bigger than CrowdStrike, but I understand you can own CrowdStrike too. But CrowdStrike, beating it year to date, beating it in 1 year. But look at a 3-year chart. Palo Alto has proven to be the bigger, better play for cybersecurity. All
right, you're sticking with it despite some concerns about, I guess, discounting or what have you as they go through this change.
Yes.
Let's move on to IBM. IBM, we're talking about. It's up 4% this year, maybe medium blue. They're on pace for their seventh positive month in 8. Some weakness in the stock after earnings. Bernstein called their AI picture muddled, but you like the picture here?
I do, and I know all we like to say is Nvidia, but I think it's really interesting. When you talk about IBM, you don't think cloud, you don't think integration, but their legacy or heritage, high-powered computing, has the ability to put an AI stack on top of it. So I think they are finding momentum. I think it's interesting technically. If you look, Kelly, it's above its 200-day moving average at 164, but it's not quite above its 50-day moving average at 179. So I think there's more room to run here for medium blue, but this is a stock that I own and I want to own because these underloved tech names, they're going to find some love when people start using Nvidia as an ATM if Nvidia ever goes down.
Okay, so why do you also, we'll move on to Intel, why do you like this one even though it's been kind of a dog this year?
Oh, it's been taken out to the woodshed. Look at Intel. When you talk about the way this has been beat up, but think about if it's Meta, the biggest customer in Nvidia, maybe Microsoft, maybe even our friend Elon Musk over at Tesla, maybe they buy Intel, because supposedly this Gaudi 3 chip is supposed to be a fraction of the cost of the Nvidia H100. It's supposed to be 50% better inference. It's also supposed to be 40% more efficiency. So if that's all true, I just can't understand why this stock is down. It's a laggard. I want to own this laggard. I think someone either buys it selfishly, internally, and plugs it into a Meta at a $1.2 trillion market cap, or they find their groove later in the year.
That's a very interesting thought. Let's get on to your bail then. Those were 3 of the stocks you liked, a lot of them in the tech space, chip space. Your bail is a totally different animal. It's Nike, which is also down so far this year, and it's down for its 5th month out of 6th. What's going on here? Even the Guggenheim, by the way, is bullish on some new product innovations, but you're staying away.
I think you have to telescope out for a second, get away from the AI theme, and think about what sectors are working this year in 2024. This is the second worst sector next to real estate. So when you think about consumer discretionary, if inflation is stickier, like everyone is telling us, and you're seeing the middle to lower income housing get punished here with this higher inflation, they're not going to be buying new Nikes. And I know the kids, my kids, all still love Nike, but if you look on a chart, Kelly, for 3 years, this has not been a good investment. So I want to put my money elsewhere. I want to find a different sector. I need a catalyst to own Nike again.
It sounds like, would that catalyst be like major, groundbreaking, earth-shattering innovation, or what?
Michael Jordan coming out of retirement. Major to own it again.
Okay, we'll tell him. We'll let him know.